What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you live on the new YouTube interface. Forget the XSplit. YouTube's stepping up the game with their own video broadcaster. And I'm here with my man, Andrew. So if anything technically goes wrong, it's his fault. This man right there. What's up, you beautiful freaks? How's everybody doing? You guys doing good? I'm stoked to be talking to you on a native platform here in the afternoon. We got a lot of fun people in the house tonight. Yeah, what's going on? And you mind shutting that door so the neighbors don't think I'm completely nuts? Not that it matters. You guys doing good? Everybody doing good? What's going on? What's up? You like the dial, Dustin? Yeah, how's it going? So super pumped. Before we get into taking some phone calls with you all here today, I want to just say a couple of fun things that are going on in the What's Up Fish Tank news. If you're not on my email list, you're missing these, but check it out. This weekend, there's an event in Iowa you all should check out. I don't know anything about Iowa, never been there, but I hear there's a nice big event going on there. And then next week, my man, you're going to have to give me some water at some point, bro. You know what? There's the cup. And then next week, and we have Reefapalooza. Hoo-ha. My boys down at Worldwide Corals in Orlando. Obviously, I'm not a saltwater guy, but I am boys with Lou and Vic who put on Reefapalooza, and that is an awesome show. So what's up, everybody? Make sure to check that out if you're in the Orlando area. And, yeah, my boys at Imperial Tropicals are down there, too. So Orlando is good people. I actually didn't go to that show last year because I went to the American Live Bear Association. That's where I bought Karen. Karen, any technical feedback on this before we get nasty with you all live? Does everybody hear me okay? Sounding good. Sounding good. Hello, everybody. Cool. What's going on? Clarence, what's going on? When you getting to Georgia? Soon, man. Soon. What's going on? I'm gonna trouble you for a big glass of water, brother, because I'm dying. Already parched. 2 minutes in. So, all right. So we got Reefapalooza. We talked about Iowa. There's some other stuff going on. Oh, I got invited to go out to the West Coast. I know none of you are on the West Coast because you're watching this at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So. Yeah, West Coast in June. And the problem is they hit me up the day after. They hit me up the day after I got back from Denver when I was like completely shot. So what's up, West Coast, Cali people? Haven't been out to Cali since Refugium Cali. So super stoked. Thanks, brother. Yeah. Super stoked about that. So this sounds good. Nina Owen, can you make an international call? What's going on? Can anybody get a like, a share, or anything like this? Doing a live little talk to you here. It's way easier to chat. So. Oh, I got all the British babes around. This is awesome. All my ladies in the UK. How's it going? So, yeah, what's going down? If you would like to call in to the Dustin Call-In Show, the number is 859-813-4142. Operators are standing by to take your call live on the Dustin Show. Am I drinking already? This is totally water. I don't drink. I like the way I feel when I drink, but then I feel like crap the next day, even after one beer. Ask anybody who's ever been to a trade show with me. I'm the first one to bed every time. So we are now taking calls at 859-813-4142. That's right. So, yeah, is it tank water? There's actually what's hilarious is this is the office building, and the other side of the wall is an in-wall, one of the best scapes I've done. And we got a caller coming on the line here, everybody. What's going on? Shout outs to all the people that I know over here too. Scottish, I know I think I met you before, and then I know Clarence is on here, and then Science Gal, what's up? So you guys doing good? Who we got?
Somebody hung up on us.
It's okay, it happens. So hope everybody is doing good. I got a couple of ideas on videos that I want to bounce off y'all before we get chatting with you all. One of the things I was talking about with my boy Steve is why I don't keep discus. So I think that's a good one. Anybody here keeping discus? Press 1 if you're keeping discus. Let me get a 1 if you're keeping discus. You're not on Do Not Disturb, right? You're on live. Okay, yeah. Cool. Anybody's got some discus? We got it going on. Cool. Good. Greetings from Cali. What's up, Cali people? Yeah. So this is it's a fun little format here. What was I going to tell you? Oh, this weekend I've got a lot of great footage coming from Denver. I've got a guy who's got some really sweet South American fish tanks that you're going to want to check out. He's also got some salt, a big boost tank. We've got Larry Brown's coming up, which is a really old school guy who has the jacuzzi in his bathtub. So I'm super stoked about that. And we'll be getting him on here.
Hello.
To
Fish tanks.
Yeah, we'll be getting him on to show that.
Colin show? Hello.
What's
Hi.
up?
Who is this? Is this Frank?
Oh, Frank's coming on.
Frank,
we got a caller. Here we go.
Ready to talk to Dustin?
Let's do it. Hit Frank up. All right, now let's see how the audio is of this. I realize we're
speaker.
Frank,
right,
what's up, man? Is this an actual human being? Frank, how are you, man? Where are you from? GA. I got you, man. What are we doing with your fish tanks today, brother? Talk to us. Frank is on the air.
I'm thinking about doing a display sump with about 3 or 4 inches of dirt and some plants. What do you suggest? Is that a good idea? No, yes, your opinion. All
right, you're trying to do a display sump, like the bottom part.
Correct.
All right, so the top part's already good. You already got a. Let me ask you this, bro. What is the what does the top of the tank look like first before we start talking about the sump? What do you got going on up top? You know what I mean? Like what's your main tank?
Well, right now the top, my main tank. I just decided to switch out from a conventional tank to a dirt, so I'm working on that now.
Okay. Well, let's. I mean, I'll just say it like this, man. First of all, thank you for calling. The first thing is that you want to make sure your main tank, your upper tank, is looking good, right? So that's the first thing. So let's make sure that's done right. And just for all of you out there in the fish tank universe, you're going to want to make sure that you have 1 inch of dirt, Frank. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm just recapping it for everybody watching this on the YouTube channel here. The 1 inch of dirt, man, and you don't want to use more than 1 inch of dirt, or you'll get anaerobic conditions. If you suffocate the dirt, I like to use 1 inch of dirt and then 1 inch of like a pool filter sand is 50-pound bag is $10, or you could use like BB gun size BB gravel and then 1 inch of that. So that's the 2-minute version of the dirted tank. So, yeah, man. So what you want to have?
What's your opinion on a plenum?
On a plenum, I'm not down with dude. A plenum. All right, so. He's talking about a plenum, and I'm about to go into territory I don't like going into because this is talking about a plenum as far as like no, you're talking about plenum with a salt tank, right? We undergrad with the higher amounts of substrate in a plenum. So I'm going to tell you no on a plenum. I don't know, why would you want to dirt your sump would be my question. You know what I mean?
Why would I want to do a plenum?
Why would you want to do dirt in your sump?
What I was going to do is
you know what I mean?
It's going to be more like a refugium.
I got you. All right. Well, all right. So a refugium, for those of you who are watching this, as I bump the table, I like that. We got the refugium is the lower part. So for me, all right, if you're asking me like how I would do it like this, man. I would get a bunch of ridiculous nitrate absorbing plants. And I would get a ridiculous amount of, as the call comes in, ridiculous amount of nitrate absorbing plants. And then I would do like hornwort, Java moss, something that's going to get wild. Now, the problem you're going to run into is you don't want to have that stuff getting kicked back up into your filter, or excuse me, from your pump back up into your upper tank. But if it were me and I was doing like a sump that you were going to be able to show people, I would do something crazy. Like I would do something like a Java fern, like a Windelov. But you really, the purpose of that is to get your extra nitrate absorption. So what I would do like a wisteria or like a crazy looking Java moss, like a what's it called here? Flame moss, or like a Windelov or a willow moss, or something that's crazy that would kind of be down in there that you would like look down in and you're like, oh, that's where I keep the shrimp, even though I got fish that would eat shrimp up in the top. Does that make sense? So I would do something like the opposite of what you're trying to do in the upper tank down below. So that would be what I would do. And I wouldn't dirt it, man.
All right.
I wouldn't dirt it. I wouldn't dirt the sump.
You wouldn't?
No.
You wouldn't dirt it at all?
No, because what happens if your pump goes out or something happens, or you got like, you got to get in there and then you stir it all up, and then like the bottom part where you're supposed to keep cool is all of a sudden destroying the tank up there. That's my opinion. But I would keep that like something on your sump, in my opinion. So, does that help?
Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for calling. All right, we got more people calling in here. Andrew, you're up on that. So, yeah, that's what's going on. What's up, everybody? Everybody enjoying this? This is kind of a fun format, huh? Y'all liking this? Andrew's got him on speaker. We're blowing up over here. Cool. I need a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard. Hang on. I got a whiteboard. Hang on here.
Hello, this is.
Give me 1 second.
This is Andrew.
All right, we got a caller here. Hold on. What's up, everybody? Anybody enjoying this? What do you think of this format here? We like here. Andrew's over here emceeing it. It's great.
What was that?
Good stuff here. It's cool. You like it?
ISIS.
Yeah. Hang up on her. That's not it. Somebody's saying that they're ISIS. Sorry, we're not taking terrorist calls on here. All right, what's going on? Like this, how we talk? Yeah, everybody dial 859-813-4142. 859-813-412-4142. Everybody enjoying this here? What'd you think of Joey on there yesterday? He did pretty good, huh? You loving it? You like the controls here? Where's my UK people? Can I get someone with a great accent to call this up? Look at this official.
Dustin's calling show.
Yeah. What's going? Always got to be a troll out there. Yeah, loving it. What's that? Go ahead. You put them on here. Who are they going to talk about? Oh, they hung up? All right. Well, sorry. Somebody keeps calling hang up. You love Joey on there. Joey was good talking about his fish. Cool. What's the battle? What's going on? How's the battle going on in the no maintenance tank? Great question out there. So the no maintenance tank, as we know, has a battle going on with the algae. And I was laying in bed and I went to go over there the other day, but they had an event going on. And due to HIPAA violations, potential HIPAA violations, they were not allowed on there. So I did not go over there. But I'm going to try to go over there tomorrow and film it up. What I'm going to show you all is actually how to do a blackout, because I think I'm going to black it out. But I'm ruining my entire video for tomorrow.
Hello.
So that is what I'm thinking with the no maintenance tank. So, yeah, hold on.
Here you go.
Here we go. You talk to him? All right, put that person on mute over there. The Dial Dustin Collins Show. What's up?
Hey, Dustin, what's up?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Molly. I'm calling from Western Massachusetts.
What's up, Molly in Western Mass? How are you? Welcome to the show. How official does that sound? An actual person.
Oh, man, I'm super. I know. I've been trying to get to a meeting to, come see you. I got your hoodie. I rock that every day.
Watch your mouth now. YouTube's watching us. We got to keep this PG here, Molly. Come on now. I'm kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah, I caught myself. But I got a question for you about one of my plants.
Bring it, Molly in Mass. What you got? This is how you do it, folks. Molly's got it. Bring the question, girl. What's up?
I got a banana plant, and this is my baby. And it's in a 20-gallon long, which is underneath my 55. I have a T5 lighting it, so it lights really close, but I have my tank shaded with some duckweed.
Okay.
Now, it's been growing great. I've been getting the bigot leaves almost to the top. All of a sudden, they started turning clear and, dying. I do add ferts to my tank. I use the ones from Aquarium Co-op. It's been doing awesome. But what do you think would be causing the melt?
We should try the growth juice. I don't know. I've never used that fertilizer, but what if there's a melt on the banana plant? Might be a lack of light. That'd be my guess.
See, that's what I immediately thought, but it's only about 6 inches from my T5. I have my T5 rigged up underneath the stand of my 55, and I have my 20 long underneath my 55 on the stand.
Well, how's the 55 doing? How's the 55? They're all connected, right? It's a sump?
No, I have, so the 20-gallon long is a tropical tank for snail breeding,
okay.
And the 55-gallon has 2 goldfish in it.
All right, so these are independent systems. These are not connected or anything.
No, independent. Everything's run on an air pump in my
Okay, I got you. My wife has called 3 times. Hold on, come home, get skid. Hold on. Well, this is not good. I can't get up. So my wife is calling me because she cannot get home to get the kids. That's great. All right. So back to your question. Let's see here. How do I do this? I'm live and my wife needs me to pick up my kids. Well, your question is this. I would say, you got to figure out what the nutrient balance is, right? So you probably have some sort of how do I say this? Something is missing, right? I don't know what, I can't answer you you're missing calcium or you're missing something or whatever. But hey, do me a favor, text them, say they can wait till 5 or 4:30. So something is missing. You have to figure out what that is. and figure out like how that's happening. So something might have changed in your water. Something might be different. Why did the screen get gross? Something might have changed in your water.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Go ahead.
I have well water, so my water's a little bit different almost every time I do it. My pH comes out the tap at 5.9, so I have to adjust that a lot for my tanks.
Your pH comes out at what?
5.9. I bought a ppm meter.
Okay.
I had to I can't even use liquid test kits. I have to use a digital ppm meter or a pH meter.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody, just so you know this, though, Miss Molly here, Molly in Mass, it's got a ring to it. Molly is running, she is running at a 5.9 pH, which is incredibly low. Like 99% of the people watching this probably said, or probably do not have that. I
couldn't even get my tank to cycle when I first started the hobby, and I couldn't figure out why, and it was because of my pH being so low. Okay, now how are you doing anything to raise that pH? Yes, I do. I get some Alkaline Buffer, and I add that. For me, it's 2 teaspoons per 5-gallon bucket, and then I have a digital pH meter that I put in the display tank and then stick in the bucket, and it's a process filling it, but I match them identical according to the digital pH meter because that's the only thing I've ever been able to get a reading on. All right, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's your, my guess is it's your low in calcium content, because no matter what you're doing, your buffering capacity apparently is so low with that low pH. So I do keep them. What do you keep? I was going to say, I do keep a bag of crushed coral in my tank, like a fourth a cup for 20 gallons, just to keep the pH stable. And it does stay I keep it at 7.2 in my tank. It keeps it at what? 7.2? Yep. Okay. Well, if you're at 7.2, I mean, you should be good. I'm going to tell you it's a lack of calcium or magnesium or something that you're just not getting, which are not typically readily available in most fertilizers. I mean, shameless plug, I do sell the sodium bicarbonate from our friends at Fritz that would raise that up. And since you're testing your stuff, you could be able to do that. You never want to use that in the actual tank. You want to mix it and get it going with like independently and get your sauce right outside of your tank, because it will hurt your fish if you do it in the tank, if that makes sense. Like you want to mix it externally so you don't have like a high pH raise and then drop in your tank. So, but is it just I had to learn the hard way about my pH. Yeah, I bet. I mean, coming out, you guys, a lot of you watching this don't understand. A pH of 5.9, let's just call it 6, that pH is 10 times more acidic than a pH of 7, which most of you all have here. So that's a tough. I mean, I'm exaggerating this a little bit, but you're basically, like, in my opinion, kind of running a salt tank with that, because you have to do so much work to get your water. You know, you're making your water all the time or doing stuff to adjust it. So I have to pre-make it. I can't top off, can't do anything. Let me ask you this: have you ever thought about doing fish that like that kind of format? I mean, you could. I bash rainbows, I bash discus, but I mean that kind of, or not rainbow, excuse me. I bash discus and rams. Those could be fish that would be a better move for you all there. Does that make sense? Now, when you did that video about your 5 favorite fish and the rams weren't on there, and then you explained why, I immediately thought of my pH. But the problem with that is because the bacteria that does the nitrogen cycle, it doesn't grow in such a low pH. It turns the ammonia to ammonium, which is still very toxic. So I would have to do tons of constant water changes. And I'm just not ready for that amount of work. To run the pH that low, you're getting ammonium, so you can't run it that low. When you raise it up, the ammonium converts better because you're not getting nitrifying bacteria. Do I have that right? Is that pretty much it? Okay, I got you. Instead of the 3 stages, it only does it to ammonium. And I've talked to a lot of way more advanced fish keepers than I am that have done, crazy low pH cichlid tanks. And I'm telling you, it's 50% water change every day at least. Oh, wow. Because you're the filtering system. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. But it gives me a lot of confidence I'll be able to do a saltwater tank. Yeah, I was gonna say I think you're good to go. I mean, as far as like a salt, I mean, you could. You're still gonna have to. Well, with the saltwater tank, and I'm not a saltwater guy, you're gonna be building your water anyway to do whatever you got to do. So that's like that's
That would actually probably be easier than what the heck you're doing now. But so is it? Let me ask you this though. Let's pinpoint this more. Is it just the banana plant, or is there other plants being affected?
All the substrate recently because there's a clown sucker in there, and I'm breeding snails with a poop machine tank. I like to. So I ripped out all the substrate to make it easier to, vacuum. But I just had sand. There was nothing for the plants to actually take out of it. And like I said, it stopped propagating. So I'm not really sure. It could be something I'm missing in the water that I'm not getting in the newt bottle I use.
It's interesting because what you said is you're breeding snails, and snails like a higher calcium content. So I would think if you're making, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to breed snails. I should say that. They're still a little bit too small yet, but I've been trying to work with them to get them to start breeding, but that's why there's not a lot. I got 4 neon tetras in there, but those are kind of bulletproof. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, for you, if you're running it like that, that's awesome. So I hope that helps. Was that helpful at all? I know it's like kind of a random, like you're in a tough spot with well water.
It definitely gave me a way to look.
Yeah.
I was just kind of sitting there like, oh, my banana plant's going to die. Because, the bananas are growing on it. It's just the leaves. So I'm thinking I could be missing something in the water.
Yeah, you're definitely missing something in the water. If you're trying to breed snails and you're not able to breed snails, I would guess calcium. And if you're having that low of a pH, my guess is going to be the calcium or the magnesium. That would be my guess on what is inhibiting something with the growth of the banana plant, and also I'm not a snail breeder, but that would be my guess, is something is lacking with your calcium. I would mix sodium bicarbonate on the side and slowly raise that pH or your buffering capacity up there. So, yeah, Molly and Mass, that help you out at all?
That definitely did. Thank you so much, Dustin. I hope I see you at Refugium in New York.
We got, that's such a hard show because I can't drive to it. So I want to I'm Dustin's Fish Tank. So I got to bring tanks. So I can't just fly to a show. Because it's you fly to a show with stuff, it's really hard. So I really I want to go to that show. I'll probably end up at that show. It's just a matter of if I bring a whole big booth and all that. I usually do a Fresh Fest, but I'm just I don't know. The thought of traveling right now makes me want to cry. So, but anyway.
Can I ask you one more quick question?
Bring it. Go ahead.
So, how do you deal with people ripping on the type of fish you like to keep? I like to keep goldfish, and even inside the hobby, people like to make fun of me. I specifically like fancies like Refugiums and butterfly telescopes, and people think they're very girly, and they're really not. They have big personalities, and how do you deal with that?
How do I deal with other people not liking my fish? Oh, well, I mean, I don't really care what anything. I mean, I don't want to say this too arrogantly, but I don't really care what. I mean, I did a video the other day jogging down the street with a stupid siphon, as a jump rope. So, I mean, obviously I don't care too much about the opinions of others. So I think just beyond fish tanks, I think that's good advice, just to not worry about it. And you like what you like, and that's part of the thing. I have a beef with aquascaping when people are I like that tank more than that, and that tank won. Well, it's opinion, right? So me personally, I'm not nuts about the big, giant bubble eye, nut sacks on the face goldfish. They just don't do anything for me. Now, the red Ryukins with the tall top, all day long. I love them. So I would just, I mean,
what I have right now.
Yeah, I mean, you have those? Those are sweet fish.
Yeah, I have a red and white Ryukin named Kamsu. I named him after the Egyptian god of the moon. And then I have a little calico Ryukin named Kilala.
Wait, what's the calico one named?
Kilala. I named it after a Japanese anime character from Inuyasha.
Okay. I had a cat named Gogo, named after Gogo from Kill Bill. So I'm feeling it on that. Well, very fun. Yeah, listen, don't worry about what other people think. You do your tanks. Do what you like. Everyone's like, Dustin, why don't you do a salt tank? No. Why don't you do a cichlid tank? No. Why don't you do a discus tank? No. That's not my thing. I do plants. It's what I like, So I wouldn't even... I'd just be like, yo, dude, these are what I like. I mean, Ryukins are fat in my book, so whatever. That's how I would roll with that. So, Molly, love having you on. Great questions. Yeah, let me know how that works out. I'll be trying to do these more often. I like this format a lot. So Thank you for calling, sister.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dustin.
Cool. Thanks for the support. Tank
Have a
on.
good one.
Later. Molly killing it. While my wife's calling me, telling me I got to pick up the kids. But, honey, you didn't tell me I had to pick up the kids today. And I'm in the middle of this with all the live streamers. What's going on, callers? Call us at 859-813-4142. That's right. Yeah, folks. And I am super stoked. I've got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of plants that I've hated in the past that I'm bringing on pretty hardcore. So I'm super pumped about that. Because I've got some dwarf hair grass that everybody's complaining about. So I got some stuff going on with that. I've been running that under a 400 watt metal halide with good substrate. Andrew on this, look, it's got a producer. If you had asked me 10 years ago, would you have somebody that would be producing a show on YouTube? I would be like, you're crazy. But yeah, so Andrew's doing a great job. What do you guys, can we give it up for Andrew doing a hell of a job with the edits and all that stuff for this, by the way? You guys liking that? What's going on? Yeah, I love it. You love it. Everybody digging it. He's doing a good job. Daily videos, video number 87 or something like that today. Is this a video? Does this count? I don't know. Whatever. You guys like it? People are saying I should get rainbows from Gary Lang. I actually had a nice message from Gary yesterday. You should check out the rainbow fish breeders.
I'll get you live on.
He's got somebody live on. Producer.
All right. Hold on, let me put you on speaker.
Who we got? Who is it? Oh, we got a speaker. We got a caller.
Here you go.
Who we got? What's going on?
Hey, Dustin, Jeremy, it's Jay and Geller. What's going on?
What's going on, dude? Where are you calling from, brother?
Indiana, just up the road.
Oh, nice, man.
Hey,
What's your name again, bro? I lost it. I lost it. Say your name again. I'm sorry, I lost
Jeremy.
it. Jeremy, what's up, dude?
Jeremy.
Yeah, man. How you living?
Hey, yeah, I got some questions about some red root floaters that I got like recently.
Okay.
And, like I've been trying to research them, and like I guess they like a lower pH, but my pH just like naturally comes out at like 7.8. So like I cut it with RO water to get it down to like 7.2.
Okay. Are they dying?
So I just, yeah, they're just kind of they're melting away, and like I dose, you know, like once a week. I've got like a current, like I think it's one of the plus. The current satellite plus, I think.
Right.
And yeah, they're just they're not like a couple of them look like they're getting some white roots, like new growth, but most all of them just like they're just melting. And like I don't know, any suggestions or?
Well, man, I mean, so I'm never a fan of chasing elements, right? Or excuse me, of working against your water. So that's part of the reason. I mean, let me grab my chair real quick. That's part of the reason. That's part of the reason that I do planted tanks, and they work easy for me because I don't like to chase. I mean, you know, it's heard the last caller or not, but like I don't like to chase or like adjust my water. So, you know, for red roof floaters, man, I've had success with them, but I have a pH of like 7. You know, I mean, how much do you like them? I mean, if you're cutting RO water for a floating plant, I mean, that's a lot of work. And then, are there any other plants that are benefiting from it, or is it just like?
I mean, I cut my water. I make it in bulk, so I cut my water. I make a bunch of 5-gallon jugs of it, and I do like 3/4 tap water. You know, prime it, and then I use like a quarter RO to just kind of bring my KH down and my pH down, because my KH is naturally 11 and my pH is 7.8. Well, I just got them, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I just ordered them off eBay. They look really cool, and I thought, hey, this is something I haven't tried, and I just wanted to try, and they look really
like a lily pad looking plant. It's a red root floater. It's got red roots, and it's got like a little red outline on it. Yeah, man. So part of it is, I mean, did you even give the plant time to really adjust? You know, if it's only been 2 weeks, that plant might just be fine. Maybe you're doing a lot of work, and it could just like shrivel and look like crap for 2 weeks, and then week 3 flip around. You know, so that's part of it. Unless you saw it just
well, The roots are actually like floating down to the bottom. Like the leaves are like melting off, and then the roots, like they were there, just kind of like drifting down to the bottom and settling in my Java moss.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't like whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure because some people, you know, they get all like overexcited, like this is what's going down, and then they realize that you know, that's like they're overcompensating for something. But no, you clearly have an issue. He's saying, those who can't hear it, he's saying his roots are falling down and you know, going down in there. So yeah, I mean, you know, you got the right path. The only advice I'd give you is don't do too big of a swings. You know, like don't overcorrect. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that's that, and we've all done it. Like, but I wouldn't overcorrect anything, if that makes sense. Like,
what about surface? What about surface agitation? Have you like ever had a problem with there being maybe too much? Because I've got sponge filters in that tank, and I've kind of thought that maybe the surface agitation from the bubbling was kind of like grounding out the new growth that was coming up, because, you know, it looked like they started to respond after the first week that I bought them. And then like the second week, and I've kept everything consistent. I just try to keep my water and everything, you know, on par. But yeah, they're just not like responding like I wanted them to.
Okay, yeah, I think that I think that probably, yeah, the surface agitation. Somebody just said in here. I was trying to read that chant there. Red root floater died off when my filter sprinkler was getting leaves too wet. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's helpful to you. I haven't actually kept red root floaters in a while, but that would make sense.
Well, I can send you some.
There you go. Well, if you got them popping, man, we can hook it up. How is the hobby in Indy? Yeah. I know Lucas Bretz is from up there. How are the shops up there in Indianapolis?
It's terrible. I'm in Columbus. Yeah, I'm in Columbus right here, and the only thing we have is a PetSmart. It's not a good situation.
No, man.
It's pretty sad.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I used to be in reef tanks, and you know, I used to go up to Premium Aquatics and stuff up in Indy, and that's nice. They feel like salt and stuff. They got some good stuff, but as far as freshwater stuff, I mean, you have to go to Greenwood or Indy to get anything good. Okay.
Are you south of Indy or north of Indy?
Yeah. Yeah, south of Indy in Columbus. Yeah, my wife actually works down in Louisville, so I was actually going to start looking for some shops.
Dude, go to Green Tree. Recommendations? Go to Green Tree Pets. They're north of the river, and whatever that is. That's a pretty decent shop. Yeah, that's a good shop. I used to go there. Yeah, actually, I just saw that there. Green Tree Pets is pretty good. Check them out. So
awesome.
Yeah, cool. Well, brother, thank you for calling into the show. This is fun. Actual people, like real, real vocals. Cool. Yeah. I was gonna say I'd check it the aquatic experience this year in Chicago, but it's not this year in Chicago, so I don't know. But yeah, man, are you gonna come down and help me put this big greenhouse together? I'm gonna be heavily recruiting people.
Well, I mean, I could. I'd have to talk to the wife and block off some time, but I definitely do have experience with, some water flow, and I used to work in pools, so I can plumb with my eyes closed.
There you go. Cool. Well, yeah, we'll really appreciate you calling in, brother, and like I said in the videos, man, tank on.
All right, appreciate it, Dustin.
All right, man. Have a great night. Bye.
All right, you too.
Later. Yeah. What do you think, folks? Yep. Can't see my face. It's too dark. You want me to get close like this? What do you want to know, folks? How's the hobby in Cleveland? You got to go to RMS Aquaculture and you got to tell them Dustin sent you. It's a shop I used to work at. Is this better? Is this clearer for you all? Good evening from UK. What's going on? Dustin isn't building. Get him. Andrew's got more calls coming in. This is hilarious. Yep. Uh-oh. What's going on? Love the format. The format's fun. Keeps me from yapping the whole time. Although I got my old lady yapping in my ear.
This Dustin's contract. Hey. Sweet.
He's got him on the line. We're going to come here. RMS is awesome. Yeah, cool.
Speakerphone here.
All right. Who we got?
All right. Here you go.
Who we got? What's up?
Thank you.
What's your name, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Who's this?
My name is Shane Wilson. I'm calling from California, Apple Valley.
Nice, dude. What's up, Cali? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
You know, sitting here. I got the wife blowing me up about I got to pick up the kids when she didn't know I had a live stream going. I got Andrew here emceeing it. We're rolling, dude. So what's going on with you and your aquariums, man?
I have a 40-gallon breeder tank that I have planted, and I've started injecting CO2.
Nice. 40 breeder. Just give everybody a little backdrop here. 40 breeder's my new jam this year. I got like 5 of them from Rob at Flip Aquatics. 36 inches by 18 inches by 12 inches tall, something like that. So it's 36-inch wide tank. So please continue, my man.
Oh yeah, the footprint is amazing.
They're great.
But yeah, my question is, right now I'm running an inert substrate. Okay. I'm using root tabs and liquid fertilizers, and the plant seems to be growing fine.
Okay.
I'm looking for something that can carpet but will add texture. Right now I have some Star S Repens.
Right.
I don't know exactly how to pronounce the first name.
Starogen.
Yeah. It's growing fine, but I wanted kind of something around it. I was kind of thinking Crypt Parva, but I'm not too sure. And I was just wondering what your suggestions would be. The parameters of the tank are my KH is about 4, my GH is about 9 degrees.
Okay.
The water is about 82, 83 degrees because I have blue rams and rummy nose tetras in there.
Nice.
And my light cycle is about 7 hours a day of, I'd say like the low end of high light.
What kind of light? What brand?
It's the Beamswork DAF spec.
I've heard good things about Beamswork. I don't know them personally, but I hear they're above average lighting. So, and the Stargani Rippens is growing. They're pretty good.
Yeah. In my experience, but without CO2, it was hard to balance without getting green spot algae on everything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that means you got too much of a certain type of spectrum in that light. Or a lack of water flow.
Yeah.
All right, so look. So this is the question that everybody asks, and I'll frame it to you like this: gentleman's got a 40 breeder. It's got what seems to be decent light. He has inert substrate, but he's doing the work by adding root tabs. And you're adding root tabs, and are you adding any CO2?
Yes, I am adding CO2. It comes on about 2 hours before lights on and turns off an hour before the lights come off.
All right, so it's got CO2.
Throughout the night, I run Airstones to not gas the fish. And so far, nothing has happened with the livestock. They're all happy.
Cool. There was a note in the fish tank people group on Facebook about whether to run an Airstone at night. I would run an Airstone at night, but if you've got it timed up right, you're good. So that's just me because I'd hate to see you gas your fish, and I don't want to get into big nerdy debates about how much CO2 is lost. I don't think there's a lot lost. But with that said, all right, so the only thing we're really lacking here, in my humble opinion, is the substrate. Now, I'm going to tell it to you like this. There's this beautiful woman I know. Her name is Mother Nature. And when Mother Nature grows plants, and she grows carpeting plants, she grows them on the edge of a riverbank or the edge of a lake or in a stream or something. And what is in there? Well, we've got shallow water. You're not going to go out 5 feet deep, and you're not going to find carpeting plants unless it's like a flooded situation. But you get the idea, right? So, all right, so we go in shallow water. Shallow water gives us high light. So you got the high light. Shallow water gives us easy to penetrate the light too. So we got a lot of light, and it's easy to penetrate because the water's shallow. And then we've got on the edge of the riverbank that Mother Nature gives us, what do we have? We have good substrate. Now, I'm not suggesting that you can't grow a carpeting plant in inert substrate that is fertilized. What I'm suggesting, and I've said this a million times, is that you're going to be fighting an uphill battle to constantly be feeding your plants where they eat. The gentleman's name is Greg Moran at Seachem. He's probably sick of me saying it, but plants absorb 400 to 400 times more nutrients through their roots than through their stems and leaves, okay? So I can feed you through your nose, but if that only takes in 4% of the food and 96% of the food goes in through your mouth, I'm probably better off feeding you through your mouth than through your nose. Plants eat at their roots.
Right.
So you're going to need to understand that's going to be your Achilles heel, in my humble opinion, on the carpeting effect that you're going to get, because you're intentionally planting plants down into an inert substrate. I'm not saying the root tabs can't do it, but I mean, I would triple, quadruple the root tabs For an example, the no maintenance tank at my wife's old place of employment had Osmocod as need to dirt it, but you need to understand that the plants you're trying to grow come from a carpeting area, which is a shallow edge of the river type thing. So you're going to want to have good nutrients at the substrate. Now, did I cover that enough? Do you get where I'm going with that?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So I mean, you got good lights and you got CO2, and that's definitely a way to go. But I would say that the substrate is going to be your Achilles heel. And by liking this, can I get a like from all you in the gallery down there? Can I get a little something? Cool. So maybe a share. But and so the other part is this, dude. I mean, we've got a baseline of what you're already growing. So you're already growing Starro. What else are you growing besides Starro? Doesn't need to be a foreground plant. Tell me about the other plants in the tank.
I have a couple of rosette swords. I'm growing water wisteria, an ocelot sword, an Amazon sword, some Ludwigia repens, and some Crypt undulata reds.
All right, so let me.
And I was supposed to have some. Okay.
Well, let me give you some credit here, dude. So you're growing already to your success here. You're growing an Amazon sword. Amazon sword, heavy root feeder.
Yes,
I've pulled them out of the wild. Yeah, don't call me sir, dude. I'm 36, 7. I'm old. Not that old though. Sir is like a opening the door for my grandpa type thing. But I am in the South, and they say sir a lot. So check it, man. So congratulations on already having like a heavy root feeding plant in an inert substrate. Does that make sense? So like now, since you've told me the other plants that you're growing successfully, an Amazon sword, heavy root feeder. Okay, good. Starginy rippens. Okay, good. The Crypt, whatever. They could probably do it with or without. So with that said, dude, what is the diameter of the current inert substrate that you have? How big is the gravel or sand or whatever it is?
It's the black diamond substrate, the medium grit. So each grain, I would guess, is like 2-3 millimeters, maybe 4 millimeters.
Okay, that's, by the way, I have not used that, but I've heard nothing but great things about that substrate. Everybody know what he's talking about here? We're talking about the blasting sand. Is that right?
Yes, okay. From Tractor Supply.
All right, and say that again so everybody
can hear. I even have Corey's on there. What's up?
What is the name of the stuff? Everybody asked me what I cap a dirt tank with. So what is the name of the stuff? It's from Tractor Supply, blasting sand.
Yes, black diamond blasting sand.
What color's the bag?
The bag is white, and it has a picture, like a drawing of an actual diamond on there, and it says in big, bold letters, black diamond. Okay.
Is there any other descriptive stuff you can give us about the bag? Because I'm going to get asked 50 times. So everyone's like, what color is the bag of Miracle Grow Organic Choice? I'm like, well, it used to be orange. So, all right. So it's a big white bag. It says blasting sand. It's got a diamond on it. Like, how much does it cost? Let's just unpack the whole thing so everybody knows.
At my Tractor Supply, it was about $8 for 50 pounds.
Everybody hear that? $8, folks, for a $7.99. We got it in the comments. Yeah. So all right, so for $8, 50-pound bag, that's a really great price. And if it's a good color, rock on with your bad self. So it sounds like you got the substrate dialed in, despite the fact that you have, the fact that you're growing those plants. So I'm giving you the long-winded version of you got good substrate, but I want everybody that's watching this to get some value out of this besides just me holding the phone and a mic. So all right, cool.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it's worth unpacking the whole thing. So check it. So now that you got that, what do you want to keep, dude?
I was supposed to have some Reneki Mini coming in today, but it got delayed in USPS. I was looking at Crypt Parva for kind of more of a texture, kind of grassy look.
Okay.
For the foreground.
Okay.
But I wasn't entirely sure where to go because, there's just so many choices out there. It's hard to really sit there and make up your mind by just reading descriptions on the internet. So what's
the flavor? Because you got two different flavors there, man. Because you got the Crypt Parva. Those of you who don't know Crypt Parva, it's a shorter growing crypt, stays low. That's not going to be a crazy runner for you. That's probably been grown above water and converted. So Crypt Parva is not going to run too fast. Then the difference he's talking about is AR Mini, alternate there, Reneki Mini, which is a really cool variation that I'm going to grow someday out in a huge vat out in a greenhouse if that ever happens. It's happening. We're closing next month. But so those are two different styles, man. I mean, the Parva would do good. The AR Mini would do good. I would suggest to you, and this is a shameless plug, the dwarf chain sword and the dwarf sage I have right now are fire. They're a little more thin leaf, but they're going to give you a better runner because that's what they do better. So the Econodorus tenalis is what it's called, and it gets a real thin. It's a little harder to grow, but dude, you're growing Starro, so you're pretty good there. So either one of those.
Awesome.
Are you looking like? Are you like? Give me like. Do you want like a 6-inch square carpet, or what's the in a perfect world, if you could wave a magic wand, like how big of a carpet space would you want to have full?
Well, the S Repens is right in the front. It's probably, I would say, about a 8x6 carpet between the crypts that I have and in front of the little rosette swords that I have.
Okay.
So kind of off to the side of that. So maybe like a 6x6 or another like 8x6, 8x4 kind of patch. You know, and I don't really enjoy the whole super trimmed, you know, everything is just square and there. You know, I don't mind a little bit of overgrowth, a little bit of nature just kind of taking its course. It looks better to me.
Yeah,
I think the fish appreciate it better too.
Oh, for sure. Well, all right. Well, so check it out, man. I mean, you know, I was telling you the Econodorus tenalis, but you said yourself you've already got some swords growing, so that would be an easy transition. You know that would work. I don't know if that's the look you're going for,
right,
but it's a similar species to what you're already keeping. So right. So Econodorus tenalis. If you say, yo, D, I was on the show, I'll throw you an extra plug. Shameless plug. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like Econodorus tenalis would be a good one. You're already growing swords. So, I mean, that makes sense, right? Dwarf sage, obviously, is a good one. Right. You want to go the opposite direction. You want to get the round leafy look. The baby tears is always good. Hemianthus is a good one. I recommend regular baby tears, not dwarf, you fish tank people, the regular. Not dwarf. And I'll tell you why. Dwarf, and this is a rant coming, dwarf hairgrass is called Hemianthus cuba. So you have to imitate the conditions of Cuba. And that's hard to do. And it's typically grown in shallow waters or above water. So I definitely would encourage you to try regular. But I mean, dude, you're growing Starro, you got swords. So I mean, it sounds like you got a good little system, man. I think you could try a lot of different things more than what you have, if that makes sense. Like I think it's not like you're going to be overly limited at this point. I would stay away from the dwarf baby tears. Right. And, but I mean, the other stuff you suggested, man, yeah, roll with those.
Cool. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been hard, but now that it's really coming together, it's phenomenal.
Well, dude, if you're growing a carpet and you got the CO2 going, you're dialed in. And then let me ask you this, bro, where in Cali are you?
I am in Apple Valley. It's,
where's that?
About an hour north of San Bernardino.
And San Bernardino is in between where? I don't know.
I guess you could say it's pretty much directly east by about another hour of Los Angeles.
All right, I got you.
So I'm about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours away from LA.
Cool, man. Yeah, I did a show.
And it's like if you drive from Southern California to Vegas, you would pass right by me. Got you. Very cool. Yeah, man. Well, cool. Well, thanks for the call, dude. Good luck with the carpet. Sounds like you got it going on. And any other questions, brother? No, man. You've been great. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Well, listen, man. Have a beautiful evening. Thanks for calling, and we'll talk to you soon, brother.
Cool. Sounds good, brother. Have a good one.
All right, man. Later. All right. How's that? Everybody enjoying this format here? What do you think? It's pretty fun, huh? I'm leaving the kids at aftercare for you. They're going to be cranky when they get home because it's been raining and they haven't got to go outside. Parents, you know what I'm talking about? Are you with me on that? Do you understand how that goes? They're going to be all riled up. You all know what it's like. Steve Nessison's going on. What's going on? Man, the crib in the house, my Sasha fans. Where's everybody from? Type in the letters of where you're from. UK, OH, CA. Where you from, folks? Where you at? Where are you located in this little fish tank universe of mine? I got some NJs, OH, ON. What's going on? Yeah, bring it, dude. Bring the callers. Caller. Denmark. Oh, nice. Yo, Denmark has like really ridiculous. Isn't Tropica in Denmark? Or is that, do I have that mixed up? UK. Wow. Look at all those. Oh, gee. Clarence, what's up, man? Looking forward to meeting you. BC, South Africa. Man, I can't believe you guys are watching me. That's so weird. All these little fish tank people are watching this little bubble right now. And I actually get to talk to you. It's fun. It's real fun. Yo. We got a caller coming in here. Andrew, you're screening the calls, making sure it's going on. What's the place in Cleveland you talked about? The place in Cleveland is RMS Aquaculture. Tell them Dustin sent you. I used to work there. Yeah, I sent you. We're here. Canada, what's going on? Cool. Crazy people watching. Yeah, you like it?
Show. Who's this?
Cool. You guys digging it? Great. Cool. I love Croatia. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to get a trip worked out to go over to the UK. Bring it.
What do you got going on?
Cool. Whole wide world, Chad. Isn't that fun? Got the UK, got the Wales. Thank you, man, Crib, and all you fish tank folks. We got another one in here.
Yeah, let's.
Andrew's screening. He's screening. He doesn't like this person.
You ready to talk to Dustin?
Let's go. What's up, everybody?
All right. Who we
got?
Are on speaker.
Who's this? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Dustin? Willie from California.
What's your name, Willie?
Willie, yeah.
Willie, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, what's up, Dustin? I watch your show every day, even like your old videos, and
oh man,
really inspired. So pretty much, I have 3 fish tanks.
Nice.
20-gallon, 10-gallon, little nano tank, and my wife wants to go on a month vacation.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't want my fish to die.
I understand.
Just trying to see like, for anybody I can like keep my fish alive.
I got you. All right, everybody, listen up. This is good advice I'm about to give Willie. All right, Willie, give me your tanks again. How big are they? How many fish are in each one of them?
Got a 20-gallon with I'd say 4 guppies in there.
Okay.
And a little goldfish.
All right.
4-month-old goldfish. And a couple shrimp in there. I have a nano tank with I'd say like 10 shrimps they actually just started breeding. So I'm not sure exactly on the number on that.
Okay.
And then my 10-gallon, it's just got 4 tetras in it.
Okay.
I'm not sure what species they are, but they're like probably like 2 inches long.
Okay. Well, look, man, here's the biggest thing you can do. How long are you gonna be gone? Let's back up. How long are you gonna be gone?
My wife wants to leave for a month out of state, but I'm trying to get her down to like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks.
Oh, you're gonna be gone for 3 weeks. Is that right?
The minimum will be like 2.5 weeks if I can convince her so that we come back early.
Okay, all right. So that's different. Now, if you're gonna say you're gonna be gone a week, I would just feed them a lot and then not go. All right, here's what you want to do, man. You want to figure out how much you feed your fish every day. And then while you're gone, you want to measure out that amount. All right. Do not, all you watching this, do not leave it up to non-fish tank people to decide how much your fish eat. Ever. Right? So you never, ever, ever, ever like say, oh, this is great. Like I'll just let them, they'll figure out how much food to put in because people will always overfeed your tank. Right? So you want to pre-measure how much food you give your fish. And I would actually err on the underside. Your fish will be okay with a little bit less food. All right? So your fish will be okay with a little bit less food. I would pre-measure it and I would say, this is in a little bag or one of those little pill things. This is the bag that this is what you put in on Monday the 8th. This is what you put in on Wednesday the 10th. I would honestly, if I was gone 3 weeks, I would have somebody come over twice a week, if that, and feed the fish. Water changes, I wouldn't leave that in the hands of somebody else. I would just do a really nice one to make sure your water's really clean. Your fish are going to poop, but they're not going to be eating as much while you're gone. So I think that fish could go, get fed every 3rd day and be fine. You got to pre-measure the amount of food to feed them, though. That's important. Does that make sense? Because you do not want somebody coming in there like, well, here's the fish food, and then just dump it in and you're done.
Yeah, because I have a friend that she might come over to feed my fish, but that's another thing I was thinking about, like the water quality. Like I have some good sized filters that I made them myself, so they run really good, and my water's always clear. And I also do water changes like every 3 days. So
oh wow,
I'm just kind of like worried something will happen in there. Like I do have plants in here too. Also, I'm not sure what type of plants, but I have like some moss in here too growing. I was thinking also, what if I got some more live plants? Would that help with trying to keep the tank clean? Yeah,
man, especially floating plants. Floating plants are going to be helpful too. That would be my suggestion. Yeah, floating plants would be great. So I would do floating plants, and then I would do
I would add more floating plants. Your fish float doesn't sound that heavy to me, and I really don't think that that's going to mess something up. My biggest concern is somebody coming in and overfeeding your fish. That's my number one concern. So if you can avoid that, you should be good. People are asking in the chat about the water changes. I would not worry about the water changes so much, because I mean, if you do want to let somebody do water changes, like I would have the container filled with the water you want to use, dechlorinated, setting aside. Like you never want to leave any decisions to anybody. You want to be like, this is the stuff you're going to use, Jack. Here's the bucket. It's already full of water. You know, take out this much water from this tank and put it in this bucket and then dump this bucket in. If you really want to do that, I wouldn't do that. I'd let it go for a month. I'd just be like, you're good. I mean, you know, like when I leave town, man, I mean, I got my man Brian. Now, my man Brian has like 6 tanks. So when he comes over, it's like my fish should look better than when I left. But that's him. That's not like a friend, you know? That's like my guy. That's not like somebody that doesn't know anything about fish. So, yeah.
Yeah, I actually got her into, she just bought a beta fish because she always comes over and looks at my tank. So,
yeah.
It's pretty cool. And I showed her about your channel, and she really liked it.
Oh, man.
Pretty sure she subscribed.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
well, cool, man. Well, where are you going, man? You going anywhere fun? You going anything cool?
I'm in California right now. I'm gonna be going to Roswell, New Mexico. I don't know if you heard of that city. That city is where the UFO crashed.
Oh yeah.
Way back in the day. The government covered it up.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna be going right there. That's where the wife's family's at.
Mm. Your wife's family's a bunch. Say it again.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I say your wife's family's a bunch of aliens. I didn't catch that part. Roswell and. I'm making a joke.
Oh no, yeah, that whole town is just full of aliens. So like all the light posts are alien heads and
really
alien this, alien that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like they got the McDonald's is an actual UFO over there.
That's hilarious.
On the ground. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go for. She's gonna have her baptism, and then we're gonna do like a birthday, first-year birthday.
Cool.
Yeah,
very cool. Very cool.
We'll probably go shooting some stuff out there.
Nice.
For target practice. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I got.
She wants to stay a while. But yeah, thanks for your help, though.
Yeah, you got it, man. Good luck on the trip, man. Thanks for calling. I got time for one more caller, man. Appreciate you, bro. I'll let you go.
Yeah,
bye. All right, folks. We got some people. I want Mass Aquarium is supposed to be calling here. I see him in the chat. Got to get him on there. He's got kids. He knows what the deal is. Here you go. Yeah, we're wrapping up. We got one more question, one more caller. Callers, get your phone number ready. Get your phone ready. 85. Oh, what we got? He's got it. Uh-oh. Well. Uh-oh, Andrew. You're going to have to executive produce. Who we got? Who we got?
Dustin's Calling Show. This is Andrew. Yeah.
What's up? Who we got?
What's your name? Doing well. But who? Katie? All right. You ready to talk to Dustin?
Uh-oh.
All right.
Katie.
Get you on speaker.
All the ladies in the place with style and grace. Katie's on the line. Katie, what's up? Katie,
hey, not much. So glad to talk to you. This is great.
Can you turn your computer down so I don't hear myself twice? There we go. Katie, what's up?
Sorry about that.
You're good. How's it going?
Hey, sorry about that.
You're good.
Good.
So what can we do for you today, Katie?
First of all, I bought your beginner pack.
Yeah. How'd it go?
And it is awesome.
Woo!
Awesome.
Didn't even
great
pair
packaging,
plug.
everything. Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Love it. Love it, Katie. Thank you.
So I have one question.
Bring it.
One of the plants is turning yellow. Is that just a normal get a melt off and the center will grow?
Yes. Which plant? What does it look like? What describe the plant?
It's a sword.
Okay, yeah, sword.
The sword?
Sword. Swords all day long. Look at this. Give the plant 2 weeks. Look at the very center of the plant, and then if you see new growth there, cut off that yellowing leaf.
It's not the new growth.
Yes, yeah. Look for new growth in the center. Okay. That sword was grown underwater, so let it give it a minute. It should be just good. So, But yeah, that sword, give it a little bit, trim the yellowing. What size tank it go in, Katie?
Okay. 29.
29. Okay, cool. And then we want to keep our lights on 8 hours or whatever, and roll from there. So yeah, you're no, I mean, you got the beginner combo.
Everything is doing great.
Everything is doing good. How's the Val doing? The long grassy stuff.
Beautiful.
Is it? Good. Good.
And I got your Dustin's juice, your growth juice. And I think that stuff is incredible. I have 3 tanks. I use it in all of them, all live plants, thanks to you.
Love it. Love it. Katie, where are you calling from? I feel like I've seen your name on orders. I got a lot of Katies, but are you in PA? Where are you calling from?
That's right, Portland.
All right. Okay.
Portland.
Portland. I got it. All right, cool.
Yep, I talked to you before when you were on your way to Seattle.
Ah, I remember you. Oh, cool.
I told you got to come here and go to the wet spot.
That's right. I do need to go there. Very, very, very true. So, well, good. I'm thrilled that you got the beginner combo for me, and I obviously appreciate your business and the happy customer plug live. That's great. But yeah, the sword. Watch the outside of that. You know, just take care of that and just trim off bad leaves and roll. So, Katie, you get the last call of the day.
All right, and one more thing.
Bring it.
Oh, I got one more thing.
All right, I got 2 minutes.
For your opening.
Yes.
For your party, when you open your greenhouse.
Oh, God.
Ready?
I'll cry the day it happens. I'm going to cry
idea.
like a girl. Cry like a girl the day I open that greenhouse.
I want you to throw a big party, and I want you to turn the inside with all uplights with blue and make it look like an aquarium.
Wow.
For your party. You need blue uplights, so it looks like an ocean in there.
Wow, uplights with the blue. Katie's bringing the blue. It's a good idea. I will probably be sobbing like a little girl when that day comes when we're in the monster greenhouse, and I will definitely try to do some. I'll
be crying with you.
I'm allowed to cry on YouTube now. Apparently, people don't mind it, so I'm okay with it. So, speaking of crying, though, I have a wife who's called more than she's called in 2 years. And kids that need to be picked up. So my wonderful fish tank people and Katie on the line, I got to let you go. But thanks for calling in, sister.
All right. You have a great day.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Later.
Thanks, Dustin.
Bye.
All right.
And everybody in fish tank land, I do have to run. Did anybody enjoy this? Anybody like this? Go get those kids. You know what I'm doing. Tank on. We're done.